know it. I just know it. So then, you came, you met him, you tasted the products, you met the people, you saw the real stories and how everybody is. And this group that we have, this team that we have, Dr. Shanita Foster is one of our coaches and our leaders, and it's just the daily motivation in anything. And it's not just, I'm sorry, my cat's being extra right now. And not only in this business, but also as, all right, this is applied. Everything that you learn here can be applied into any business that you have or that you're running.
Yep.
Yes. If you guys are wondering what I was doing, I was trying to be fancy like you guys and add this to my YouTube. This is my first time like ever doing it like this. So I'm like, oh, this is some old fancy high tech. This is exactly why I need our technology course, okay? Because this thing is nice. So if you see my eyeballs all over here, it said you can add to your YouTube. So I'm like, let me see how I can add this to my YouTube. So I think I just added it to my YouTube. So I think we're lit right now. Yep. I think I just sent it over to my YouTube.
You did.
Rocking this thing out.
Yes, we are, girl. I just noticed that. I was like, look at Dr. Shanita.
I don't know what the title was, but I just threw something up there like, I'll fix it later.
Dr. Shanita, I even got an alert on my phone saying Dr. Shanita just went live. I was like, she's good. I saw that. She is so funny. She is good. Let me tell you. And Dr. Shanita recognizes energy when she sees it. And yeah, she immediately was plugged right into my energy because I came right from Claudia bringing me in. And let me tell you, she fell in love with the energy that she saw in me. Oh my God, I love the energy. And so,
some people, I didn't want you to think like when I missed last week, oh, I wasn't joining your show. I tell people all the time, and some people don't know this part of my past because it was long gone. I think my kids actually watched me on TV for the first time the other night. It was a whole movie. I'm like, guys, I was on TV about 15 years ago. So it's hard for people to dig up those archives. But I just believe that when you get to a certain level in life, I think some people actually forget like where they started. I believe everything that is big was once small. Right. And so I believe that there's never anything too small for me to show up to or to tap into. And the other part of it, again, is the network. Once you said yes to Envision You, you were saying yes to everything that is attached to me also. So as a team, as a company, we do our best to make sure that we show up for everything and for everybody. And that's one of the biggest actual things that I think people can take away from this, that when you join network marketing, the key word is networking. And so with that being said, I love when the people on my team, they have an event, shameless plug, next Thursday, I'm actually doing a tattoo party, right? It's called Heart Stories Ink Therapy. And they want to talk about tattoos and why you got them and to get a new tattoo. And I actually want to get a new tattoo because people that get inked, most of us have a story that's behind it. Very few of us just get a random tattoo to get a random tattoo. But I'm saying that to say I could have went anywhere in the world to get a tattoo, but because she is a part of Envision You, because she owns a tattoo studio, not only am I showing up, but everyone that's in our network that's in Atlanta, Georgia, are going to show up at that event, whether they're getting tattooed or not. Because again, it is about network. What is your net worth? That will determine your net worth. So I wanted to say that because I don't want you to think like, oh, she skipped out on my show. And I was like, no, it wasn't that. The time it was off and I was moving around. But I am extremely proud of you. You are doing something that a lot of us can't do because I'm looking at this thing. I don't know how easy this is, but when we get off, you're going to help me do a whole YouTube shebang. I see words going across the bottom. I'm like, yo, this is fancy. Like, I need this in my life, okay? I don't even know how to really post on YouTube. So see my network. I got somebody that's going to help me.
I was going to add what you said about never being like something was it too small, too big. I remember when I was with my I was on the call with Marjation when I first signed up. Right before I signed up, she says, "Let me get Dr. Janita Foster on the phone with you." She says, "I don't know if she's gonna get on." And I remember you were in Brazil. You were in I think you were doing some type of work. And then once you go, she says, "Let me just try. Let's see if she answers." And you answer. She's like, "Hey, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm doing da 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 in Brazil right now." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, she answered the
Yeah.
phone." Usually we're like, "Oh, I'm too busy," and you're doing something that's, first of all, you were working and I think you were doing something for something in a yacht. I think you were in a yacht or like
Oh,
something
I
in
was
the,
in Brazil. I remember this. I was in Brazil in the middle of the water on a yacht. And I seen
yeah,
a text come up from Ardasha, and she said, "Hey, there's somebody that I want to introduce you to that wants to sign up." I said, "Girl, if I get a signal, just call me. Let's do it."
yeah.
So yeah, I don't care where I am in the world. If I can
I was
answer the
like,
phone
"Are
and
you
it's
in
somebody that's
Brazil right now?"
actually saying yes to an opportunity that I know can change their life and that we're all going to be uniquely connected, there's no way I can't answer the phone. So everyone knows that about me. If you are a part of my network, I'm going to answer the phone. And some people don't understand the hack. If you go to my coaching platform, you literally have to pay me over $100 to speak to me for 15 minutes, for 30 minutes. People don't understand if you join Envision You, you can get me on the phone for free at any
Exactly.
time, any day. They don't get the hack though. They don't understand that your network you pick up the phone for. If you just
Yeah.
randomly trying to talk to me, I'm gonna charge you. So yes.
I was like, "Yes, this is it. This is it." Because
Really,
normally
yes.
I've been in other network companies, and once your coach is like, you don't really
Yep.
talk to that person. Or like I remember even having a question and I was like, "Oh man, I don't know if she's gonna answer right now." And I message you. It's like, and then like you go on the phone like, "Hey, all right, this is what you're gonna do. Go on, da, da, da." And I was like, "Oh wow. Okay. All right."
Yeah.
It's the support. And this is what I was telling Mardasha. She just hopped on. "Hey Mardasha." This is what I was telling her. I was like, "I really appreciate this, that everybody looks out for each other. Everybody really wants to help each other out. I mean, we're a team, and I love that. This is why I'm here."
Yeah.
Tanisha, yes, girl.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I just feel like that if you're winning and the people around you aren't winning, you're not really winning. Or if you call yourself a leader and you can't produce other leaders, then are you really a leader? I think that's why sometimes I'm so hard on, the Mardashas, shout out to the Mayas, to the Claudias, to the Kanajas, to the Lydias. I have a group of young, excuse me, I call you guys young because you guys can be almost my kids. I'm auntie now. But I'm hard on you guys because you're a reflection of me. And a reflection of me is that if I'm successful, if I'm the highest ranking female in our company and I'm not creating other high ranked,
Yes.
high value women, it says something about me. So it's very important to me to make sure that you guys win. So much so that some nights I don't sleep. Sometimes my tone comes off completely crazy because I think sometimes people don't understand if you're not winning, it shows lack of leadership in me. People look at me like, how is she making this money? How is she a double diamond? But there's no one that's making money, after her. Someone else in our company was like, "Oh, I'm a millionaire, but I created 26 other millionaires." I've helped other people make money, but not necessarily in this industry. I don't think I've created a millionaire and home-based business. I've created some six-figure earners. I've done that. I can name Jackie Watala, Z, Pastor Pam. There's some people that I worked with that were six-figure earners. So I got that under my belt. But to be transparent, I haven't created a documented millionaire in the industry of home-based business. So that is my next goal. I've only been in two companies. What do you mean? I mean, other people have been in this, for years and a whole bunch of companies. This is my second company. So I figure, okay, first time around, it was about self. Second time, let me see how many people that I can personally impact and to take them to their next level. So I'm on the line right now with my next millionaire, so y'all can go on and make me look amazing, okay?
You're on the line right now with her two next millionaires because she's got two. And the ones that are in the chat, I see y'all. I see y'all. Tanisha, when you want to come up, you let me know. And I kid you not, Claudia was right. Claudia, the first thing aside of everything else that she told me, she spoke so highly of Dr. Shanita. She spoke so highly of the support in this business. And this is the support that I tell you, I literally have experienced from day one. Day one here with NVU. I've never, and I've been in many others. Oh, I don't want to say never because Lisa Noto, if you're watching, she knows she's an amazing, amazing leader. And I, to this very day, still support Lisa Noto. And she knows it, right, Lisa, my pampered chef lady? Yes, girl. I will always continue to support you. And yes, she's very supportive. But Dr. Shanita, and NVU, like I'm telling you, the support that you're getting from the people, like in your own jobs, how often do you speak to the CEO unless it's a very small business? I met the CEO already of this business and he called me superstar and only because he saw the energy in me already. But like he knows what he sees. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Dr. Shanita, the support here that I have seen that you've given has been really amazing. And I personally am touched by it because I know leadership when I see it. I leadership has been something that I have been about for years. And when I went to the Maxwell, my boss right now in my job, and if she's watching, my boss right now at my job, I actually compared her to John Maxwell because she really is an amazing leader. She really is. And I texted her from John Maxwell's program and told her, OMG, all I can think
I'm
of.
John Maxwell certified, right?
You too, sister. We are. And the next one, Claudia, you're going to go. So we are John Maxwell certified. And let me tell you, we know leadership. And I saw leadership in you. I really did. And let me tell you, even though last week she's saying like she hopes that I wasn't thinking that she wasn't going to, I told you she was texting me. Oh, give me a minute. I don't know how long it's going to take.
I was filming. I was like, what was I doing?
You were filming.
Speaking of, you see, I mentioned Mel from Love in Huntsville. So I haven't filmed television in so long, like a long time. Like all of my friends that are on TV, I run from them now. I have this saying that I always say. I'm always like, I know y'all in real life, right? So I know how TV goes. And she called me for a very intimate moment on television. Oh my gosh, we cried so much. But literally, she said, hey, friend, are you in the country? That's how all my friends talk to me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And she's like, hey, I need you to come to Huntsville. Shout out to Yaya. She helped me get there because the flights weren't lining up. And Huntsville only got a couple flights. And so we flew there. And I told Yaya, I said, okay, Yaya, I'm not going to be intricately involved because I know how TV goes sometimes. They just be using people for space fillers and all of that. So I'm like, Yaya, when the show pops up, let me know. You communicate. I'll jump on. Lo and behold, I get there. They mic'd me up. Now, when they mic you up, that basically means you're a part of the show, okay? So now I'm mic'd up, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to get out of this? I'll just turn off the mic when it's time for us to go. Lo and behold, the scene that I'm in, right when you start the show, they literally had me sitting in the front row. I'm like, come on, guys. So I'm sitting in the front row. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it. Don't worry about it. How about film for like 30 minutes? And I'm like, yes. I'm texting Yaya. I'm like, get me ready. Pull it up on the phone. These fools said, cut. Can we reset? We need to shoot the whole thing all over again from the other angle. Can you guys try to get, and that's where TV comes into play because everything is authentic and real the first time around. Like I was bawling. I don't know what they're going to show in that episode, but I was literally crying when what was going on was going on. So when they said cut, I'm wiping my nose, wiping my eyes. I'm thinking I'm okay. They said, we need to shoot it from the other direction. I was like, so how am I supposed to cry again? What are we going to do with this? So it went again. So that was another 30 minutes. on top of that 30 minutes. And then I was mic'd up because I had to give a speech. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to gracefully bow out for today and I'll make it up to you. So, yes, I had a great excuse.
Yeah, no, she did. She did, and she cares because she's so amazing. My husband, I was home, and my husband was at my nephew's house, and so and my nephew actually, I took him with me to meet David and Monique. So he yeah, was there too. He heard him speaking, and he was over there after the show. Right. I had everybody waiting another half an hour or so. But, when I had to tell them, like, okay, she's filming, she's not going to make it, you got to understand TV life. Right. And so I'm like, all right, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You think about what the people are going to think. Like, oh, they're probably like, oh, she's not coming. Yeah, okay. When she called me, because Dr. Shanita, she don't play. She called, it was 11:30 p.m. And my phone's like, Dr. Shanita. I'm like, oh, hey, hello. And she's like, Liz, I am so sorry. What? She cares. And when she said, I'm going to make it up to you, she's like, let's go. When are we going to do this? And it was like, all right, next week. All right, it's on. Let's go.
And I changed my flight because remember I was supposed to be on the airplane. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, this girl's going to think I'm crazy. So I had to change my flight. I was like, let me just change my flight. Fly in the morning because this girl gonna think I'm crazy if I miss her show again. So let me just switch my flight. So I switched my flight. I made it.
I thank you, but you're a woman of your word. That's what I'm saying. Because she told me last week I'm gonna be there, and here she is. And you know what? I am so excited because I really, 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 and I told her last week, I said, we're just going to discuss Envision You. Seriously, this is an opportunity to discuss Envision You, the big opportunity that Envision You is giving people, helping people amazingly with their health and their wealth. Because how many companies do both at the same time? Usually it's one product or one thing, but Envision You is focusing on both your health and your wealth. And I'm telling you, I am stoked. I have not, I've tried, but have said no to many companies and many opportunities. And just because I've been there, done that. But Envision You, I see something different, and I love it. Love,
And
love,
honestly, even if you do it for the networking, even if you do it for that, it's like you're joining a country club for what is it? Like less than 200 or 200 something a month, or it could be less. Whatever it is, you are joining a company that it doesn't matter where you are in your life, you're definitely gonna see the light. This is the light. We are the light.
We're in the
Once
light.
you come in, we are the light. Once you come into this and people's and everyone's energy is connected, we really light each other up, right? And we
yes.
really hype each other up too. We are supportive of each and every one that is here. So like the other day, I think somebody needed a shirt. Liz was like, I got it.
Mhm.
And your daughter, right? She's blinging. Dr. Shanita, your daughter was blinging out shirts. So it's
Oh,
like,
I owe you a shirt. Yes.
we'll leave it for September. So yeah, I mean everybody is helping each other out. So even though we are doing division, this is what we have as a common denominator. Everybody has their own thing also on the side, and I would never see. At first, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is my side thing. This is not my side thing. This goes like this with my business. So I want this to thrive and to be as successful as everything else. Because why? I want to keep getting those emails and those alerts every Friday as I'm sipping on something at Bora Bora. It's like I got paid,
Oh
all
my.
of us, all of us flying, what was it? Private jet planes. You broke it down the other day. I was like, that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like I was like, okay, everything can be done the way that it's worded, the way that it's broken down, and when the math is mathing, I'm good.
The math is mathing. We make up words here. I love it. I just love it. And Dr. Shanita, let me be honest with you and transparent. I met Uncle Junior. Here he is right here. The Uncle Junior. He is also a Maxwell certified member as well. He's a coach. He's amazing. The Uncle Junior has his own show, and his name is Garfield. So for everybody that's out there, his name is Garfield. He has his own show called the Uncle Junior Network. I started out on his show.
Oh wow.
I jumped on his show one day just as a commentator. I was just there typing in the chat, listening to a group of men talk about women. Now, I always view myself as the wrong person to talk about women in front of. And, I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm going to have to come up with a women's panel and talk about the women's side of things. And so I kid you not, it happened as if it happened overnight. Garfield said, I can produce your show. And within like 2 or 3 weeks, I had my own show on his channel. So I started out there, and he produced it. I did the show. I got the girls or whatever. And he showed me everything I needed to know about this platform and then some. So
Garfield is amazing then.
Amazing.
Garfield is amazing. I believe that when people share information,
Yes.
when you understand and realize that what God has for you is for you, and no one, can take it away. I understand that some information people have to pay for, but I believe, thank you, Garfield, that was just an amazing blessing to say that I'm not going to hold this so tight and not show you or not teach you how to do it. So that was something beautiful. That is amazing.
Yeah. I started on his show, but then it didn't last long. It was like 2.5 months later. He's like, get ready. Because May 4th, you're on your own. And I was like, what? He's like, May 4th, you're on your own. And he's like, let's meet every week. This day, we're going to check everything. And he spent about 3 or 4 weeks just training me on everything that I'm doing here. I learned through him. And thank you, Garfield. I'm so appreciative for you. I have to give him credit where it's due, because I know you love it, but I got it from Garfield and I'm going to pass it on. Thank you for the blessing, Garfield, because now I have somebody to pass it on to. Yes.
I'm next.
Yes. And so that is amazing. No, thank you. Yeah, he's so awesome. So thank you, Garfield. Trisha Berry says, hi, Dr. Shani.
Hey, Trisha Berry. Look, I got some folks getting on here. I like this thing. I'm not good with technology, so I'm excited. Thank you, girl, for the shout out.
I don't know how you do it. You always say you're not good with it, but man, when you show up, it blows up. You blow anything up. It's like, oh my goodness, look at that.
You see this, Garfield's like, look at you about to pass the knowledge off to Dr. Foster. Keep it going. Listen, when God blesses somebody, you pass on the blessing. And I'll tell you what, I want to say that I had a conversation with another friend of mine who's also Maxwell certified, JR, and Garfield knows him. And I told him, I feel bad, like literally just doing or taking anything free from anyone, because I know what it's worth, right? I value people's knowledge. I value what it's worth. I know, I've been there. And what he said to me was, and I'll never forget these words, Dr. Shanita, this is why I'm passing it on to you. He said, sometimes you impede somebody else from their blessing when you turn down their blessing to you. So it's like, if they're blessing you, learn to accept the blessing, because there may be a blessing behind that for them, and you may stop that blessing by turning them down. So when he said that to me, I got chills. I was like, ooh, okay. That set me on my feet, right on my toes.
Thank you so much, Liz, also for putting this together and for getting us on. Really appreciate that as well. So thank you.
Of course. And yes, thank you, Tanisha. Hi, Evie. I see you. I see you, girl. I saw you there. So
And I love y'all. I got 2 minutes. Y'all know I'm on the time limit here.
exactly. That's what I
Yeah.
was just about to say. They're so good. So yes. What did I just do? Oh, okay. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time, Dr. Shanita. Honestly, I am so grateful that you jumped on, that you came in, that we talked about the Envision You opportunity, and really that you shared with all of us. So thank you for keeping your word and being here. But everybody, Dr. Shanita is very busy. I'll give her the last few words before she hops off, and then Claudia and I will wrap up the show.
Oh, perfect. So first of all, of course, thank you so much for bringing me on. Thank you, Claudia. I mean, like I said, it comes down to your network and your net worth. One of my business partners always says, "Poor is passing over opportunity repeatedly." So when you have a poor mindset, you aren't even open to certain things that can definitely change your life. So if you heard anything or you're like, hey, what's this MVU or envision you? Don't just turn it down in your mind, so quickly. There's multiple ways that you can be involved. Maybe you're there for the network. Maybe you're there for your own personal health. Maybe you're there because you need to learn, but you can also be there to generate, I believe, a substantial amount of income to change your life. I'm thankful forever to Mr. David Emonite. I was one of the first people that he told he was getting ready to start a company. And I know God makes no mistakes. And so I cherish that. I hold on to that. He said we were going to impact 1 billion lives in like 11 years. And so when people say, well, how long are you doing this? I'm like, 11 years. They're like, how do you know 11 years? I'm like, because David said 11 years. So I'm in it as long as, he says that it takes to do what it is that we said we were going to do when we first started. So thank you guys so much. Catch me tomorrow. I'm actually doing leadership training tomorrow. I'm going to try to link it. See, if I was fancy, I would know how to link it to my YouTube and they could match. I don't know how to do all that, but there's actually a link on my Instagram so you guys can catch leadership training. I got some good gems that I'm going to drop, just not for Envision You, but just overall life. I think that we could just apply all leadership skills to everything. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. What a great call, Liz. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yep.
And thank you to everyone who tuned in. Really, really appreciate that.
Yes, please. I like Claudia said, thank you, thank you, thank you. We really do appreciate you all, everybody in the chat, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. This show was super important to me and Claudia, I'm sure, and Dr. Shanita, of course. So I appreciate you all tuning in. I appreciate you liking, sharing, and please subscribe. I will have more of Dr. Shanita. I will have Tanisha Moore. She said she's next. Yes, ma'am.
Margesha better hop on this call too.
Yes, proud of it. Thank you. Thank you. And I can't wait to have you all on. I look forward to having you all on. And I'm sure one day I'll even have Mr. David Immunitier himself on. Uh, for absolutely. Yes. Okay, good night to you too, Uncle Junior. Garfield. Um, Garfield. And so again, I just want to thank you all for taking the time to tune in tonight. It means the world to me. We are live here every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Make your way here. We are always here every Saturday, okay? And if I'm not, I will post about it, but it's every Saturday. Claudia, thank you for taking the time also to tune in and be with us today. I'm so glad I got to take our shot together.
Yes, we did. Your first? Oh no, your second. Wait, I lost count. But your first at home because you just got yourself.
Yes,
Right?
first at home because I did this with at Imonite's David. Right.
Yeah.
So my first at home, and don't forget, I already
We
took my
can raffle off a bottle for those
I
who.
really
Oh wait,
should. Mira, nena.
listen.
I put
We're
in my.
gonna work on something, but you guys gotta make sure that you follow Liz and you follow me. You're gonna find me as Bunny Me Beauty and Gmail. What? On Instagram. On Instagram and every platform you're gonna find me like that.
Yes,
BUNNIMI Beauty. So follow me because Liz and I are gonna work together on something.
yes, we are.
Be
Yes,
raffling off something, but you guys gotta earn it and you gotta win it. So, but yes, thank you so much, Liz. My name is Claudia O, your beauty pro, Bunny Me Beauty, and Envision You ambassador, future diamond leader, double
diamond.
diamond, multiple diamonds.
We are just going to be diamonds. We are diamonds. We are diamonds in
Yeah,
the rough.
yes,
Diamonds. All
yes.
right. So again, I want to thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And lastly, Jasenia and Christina, we miss you. Hope to see you soon. I know you guys have a lot going on. Praying for you and love you, ladies. Okay. So have a good night, everybody. We love
Good
you.
night.
Oh, thank you, Tanisha. Oh my I didn't see these messages before. I'm
Yeah,
over
me
here like
neither. Thank you, Uncle Junior. Good night. Good night, everyone.
nice to you as well, Claudia. Says Uncle Junior.
Aw,
All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you all. Oh my gosh, next week.
bye.
Bye.